I cannot believe this. The more we hear about this trade, the more we have to just say, is Nico Harrison all right? Is he all right? Like, has something gone wrong in his life that he's now trying to sabotage the Mavs? Because that is the only way I can think that this makes any sense. Is that something's gone wrong with him, and he's now trying to, sabotage a team. Sabotage the team that he is meant to be the GM of. And if you guys agree that it's ridiculous, subscribe. We're trying to hit 10,350 by the end of the day, and right now we are 21 subscribers off. But even with that, we gotta just listen to this. So obviously, let's listen to what Bill Simmons is saying. But obviously, there's a story up here that is the most ridiculous thing ever. So let's listen to what Bill Simmons is saying about trade.
How does this team keep pulling this off? This team just steps in shit. They're born on third base in the ultimate way. They up the entire 2010s. They take Lonzo Ball over Tatum. Like, you can point to a million things. And it all leads to LeBron being like, yeah, you know what? I really want to live in LA. And they just miraculously land LeBron. Then they have this clutch alliance where, like, we're putting Anthony Davis on the Lakers. Nobody else trade for him. The Celtics are like, here are all these picks and we'll trade you Jaylen Brown. And they're like, nope, he's got to go to the Lakers. So now they get Davis and LeBron together. And then they get 6 years out of Davis and turn him into Luka Doncic, the best generational offensive prospect / star / heading into his prime guy since LeBron.
Like, it's madness. It's madness. And this story is one of the craziest things ever. So, the Lakers' logic, according to league sources, was that parting with both of their first rounders would be too perilous. Luka's contract can expire in 2026, and when they couldn't know his interest in re-signing, and they had no chance to find out before pulling off an exchange that shook the NBA. Lakers could not talk to Doncic's agent, Bill Duffy, about the trade because both sides, Dallas and Los Angeles, want to keep negotiations a secret. Mentioning the behind-the-scenes details to agents will put the information at risk of becoming public, which the Mavericks especially thought would be too flammable. If a trade didn't materialize, they believe the prospect of being left with a disgruntled franchise centerpiece could be disastrous. So without the ability to gauge Doncic's appetite to remain in LA long term, the Lakers expressed they couldn't go all the way in for him. League sources said, and the Mavs eventually agreed to deal Doncic along with Maxi Kleber, Markieff Morris for Davis Christie and one first rounder. For salary cap reasons, Jazz also took Jalen Hood-Schifino. My favorite part about this is the Jazz had no idea. They had no idea. They were like, take Jalen Hood-Schifino. We'll give you 2 second round picks to take Jalen Hood-Schifino's contract salary off us. They had no idea that it was part of a Luka Doncic. It was to get them to trade Luka. They had absolutely no idea. That's the best part about this. Danny Ainge had no idea this was happening. And now you've got, like, obviously, how the hell Rob Pelinka said with a straight face, we don't know if our superstar is willing to sign a max to play for the Lakers. He said it with a straight face and managed to get a pick taken off. The Mavs did not want to shop. Like, they didn't want to shop around at all. So they only wanted Davis. And because they didn't want this news to get out, the Lakers basically were like, well, we can't talk to him, so unless you want this getting out, we're going to take one last pick. And the Mavs, not wanting this to get out, decided to take one less pick instead of just make it so that the deal is done in principle. Genuinely make it so that the deal is done in principle. And it gets, announced. And then there's no, picks involved. We don't know the full details of the trade yet. Do like what happened in the WNBA when the Kelsey Plum trade was announced for her going to LA, and people were like, oh, there's a third team involved. No one knows what the assets are like for the third team, but that's what's going to kind of decide this. And then the trade is essentially done, and then you can contact the agent being like, will you resign? The agent says yes. Okay, cool. 2 first round picks. 2 first round picks. Because if he says no, then, I don't know, do you veto the trade there and then? I don't know. But, the Lakers' logic, we can't, you know what, we can't give up an extra first-round pick because we don't know if Luka Doncic is going to resign. But we can give up Anthony Davis without knowing if Luka Doncic is going to resign. They hoodwinked the freaking the Mavs. This is one of the dumbest trades in history. This is actually one of the dumbest trades in history. Even if Nico is right, by the way. Even if Nico Harrison is right about like if he's right about Luka, it's still the dumbest trade in history because you can get more. Like if you are going to be able to get way more money for or wait, no, way more money. Jeez, if you're only be able to get way more like assets back for him, then like just be smart about it. Honestly, just be smart about it. And just if you're gonna just get as much as possible. Who cares if Luka doesn't want to? If Luka's disgruntled, if the trade doesn't happen and Luka's disgruntled. Okay, someone will trade more than what you got for him. Luka could be the most disgruntled star in the world, and someone will still give you more than what you got for him. Start a bidding war. Do something. This genuinely sounds like you just wanted Luka. You just wanted Luka off. You just wanted to get rid of Luka as far as he as far away as possible from you. And by as far away as possible, I mean like the to a division over. To a division over. But still, this is a horrible this trade looks worse every time I think about it. Every time I think about this trade, I'm like, what is this? What have they done? Why are they doing this? Why did you do this, Nico Harrison? Were you trying to sabotage this team for whoever's going to take it over from you know you're going to be fired? Because that's the only thing that makes sense. Like with that one, you'd be pissed off if he did it, but at least it makes some sort of sense from a personal standpoint. Like, oh yeah, franchise is going to screw me over. Let me screw them over. At least you can maybe go think of the train of thought for that one. But like, in general, it's just mind-boggling. Every single time, like, we hear something new about this trade, Nico Harrison looks even dumber. And by the way, if you managed to get what was apparently the first thing that the Dallas or the Lakers, what they were looking for, and it was like connect 2 first-round picks, 80. It's a crazy trade, but at least you got a decent haul back. You got Max Christie, who's fine. Max Christie's a fine basketball player. You got a fine basketball player, a very good one in AD, who's 6 years older than Luka, and you gave up Luka Doncic. You gave up Luka. Dear Lord. So anyway, that is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.